Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BBG with another Wuxia TV review. Today is Martial Universe. Now, you might know this by another name, which is Wu Dong Qian Kun, and it is indeed a manhua. It has been turned from a novel to a manhua, and of course, those of you that keep up with Martial Universe, it is also obviously turned into a donghua as well, which is the animated version, which I think to this day is still ongoing. But today we're going to focus on purely the 2018 live action version of Martial Universe, specifically episodes 1 to 3, because I just really wanted to get that basic core down and sort of show you what's going on in it. Now just immediately the MC is in grave danger on the opening scene, which is about what you'd expect from a Wuxia MC. And he is quite literally fighting for his life, and it is really starting at the very bottom tier of power. Like, I mean, this is like a bare fist fight sort of thing. But as in literally within the first few minutes, you can see the stakes are incredibly high, no pun intended. And so it really starts strong, I have to say. Now in the first scene, we get our first glimpse of what a spirit beast looks like, and I mean, look, little bit cringe. The CGI could use some work. This was 2018. We seem to have made some significant strides since then of when we look at the Blood of Youth. Of course, it could be a budget thing, but it is just a tad bit cringy, even though I love that tiger with all of my heart. With that aside, what sort of MC would he be if he wasn't able to somehow and magically tame a beast that was in the middle of attacking him, am I right? Our first introduction to the first villain in the first arc of this series is absolutely brilliantly done. He is so creepy. He is up there with sniffing a chair after someone has just got off it. So creepy, but brilliant villain. For those of you really familiar with Lin Dong, which is the MC's name in the Martial Universe novel, you know that this man collects women like a Pokemon trainer collects badges. If it's a female lead, he's gonna chase it. That's just how it is in this. And this is in essence the romance interest of the MC. And let me tell you, he has absolutely no shame in the least. Anyway, a big part of these Wuxia shows is that they have to show you the scale of things. So MC's current worldview is tiny as a village, and then we come out and we see the actual powerhouses of the continent, and we see how much bigger things get, and kind of the levels of power the MC is aspiring to as he develops. But that has always been a big part of any Wuxia novel and, of course, show. You gotta see the powerhouses. You just got to. Now introducing you to yet another potential love interest for the MC. This chick, peak genius, of course, of the continent, is easily the contender for one of the most annoying characters in the series. She gets better, don't get me wrong, later on. But wow, in the early episodes, she is so annoying, it boggles the mind, but there's always one. Of course, with that being said, she is absolutely hilarious in most of her scenes, despite the annoying parts. And I'm not gonna lie, she knows exactly how to manipulate her senior brother Simp Lords to do exactly as she demands. Now, before we get any further, this series is available for free on YouTube. You can just search it up, MZTV, and it's also on Yoku, which is the same one you can watch The Blood of Youth on. And all these scenes are actually pulled from there. I'll chuck a link in the description there. Leave a comment, let me know if you're enjoying this format of video too, so I can do more of them. Because I want to see you all punch that subscribe button like the MC's daddy punches him in order to train him, shall we say. Moving back into it, here's a wild MC in his natural habitat attempting a mating call to find a female partner. And lo and behold, he found one, a fateful forest encounter, absolutely classic. With the cliche, how dare you touch me, I'm gonna kill you for even looking at me. Now there's one thing you've got to understand about this version of Lin Dong is that he is absolutely hilarious with his interactions with potential female main characters. He is an absolute troll, but besides that, it diverges from the novel with his character. Because in this, they seem to have gone more to comedy route, like a hard comedy route, than a super serious one. And I'll explain more as we get further in, because it is different. Now, a lot of the story at the start still follows the actual novel and the normal plot line. When it comes to his sister's condition and people trying to grab her so they can, like, cultivate better. As well as, of course, MC's first beatdown by the first villain, where he learns that despite everything, I'm still weak, I need to get more powerful, except there is no training arc. And it's also interesting to me what they did with Ling Langtian, and the way they presented him in this story is a lot more neutral than evil, with all the interactions between the main character, the side characters, and him being a lot more in-depth, which I actually do like, but at the same time, this is probably the first major branch where it just changes from the story, and it starts sort of going off in its own direction, and that's probably actually one of the biggest things people have said. It's so different. The further on you get, the more different it gets, and you'll see what I mean if you decide to watch this for yourself. The first introduction of like the strong old man, the powerful grandpa, is done super well in this because he just looks low-key and just seems like an everyday old man. And a wuxia isn't complete without a super powerful grandpa that gives the MC a little kick along the way. Although I admit his personality could do with some work, that old man does not know how to deal with women, ladies and gentlemen. Now it does need to be set up to this point, all of the little clips that I've shown, one thing really stands out, and that is the brilliance of the sets. Like, the way they actually set up the environment and the sets they're actually acting in are superb. They are spectacular. Even just brief scenes where, for example, they're running away from someone. That set, that location is just amazing. And I'm actually super impressed with it. And let it be known for all future wuxia MCs, if you see a spirit beast on the side of the road, make sure you go and help it. If it needs food, feed it. If it needs healing, heal it. Because eventually it will come back and turn out to be a heavenly demon, god, saint, void realm, celestial level bullshit. That is the power of being the MC. Plot armor for the win. I need to circle back to this guy. This is probably the first wuxia where they've actually made a novel-accurate villain with the actual absurdities of their personality. Listen to this guy. It's so good. He is absolutely hilariously evil. Coming back into the potential most annoying character of the early series, I really have to say that this is kind of an example of where a novel personality doesn't translate well into a real-world personality. I mean, it's annoying. It is annoying. I know she gets better, and they're trying to represent a sheltered personality who hasn't gone through much hardship, but it really comes across as just the cringiest of humans. And it's really tough to watch at some points, I'm not gonna lie. Now, one thing the MC has going for him is that he knows which thighs to hug. Strong thighs save lives in the cultivator world, but he might be taking it just a tad too literally, but it is hilarious regardless. This man knows exactly what he's doing, and it really helps that the on-screen chemistry is brilliant. It really sells it, given that she's the first female lead in romance interest. Now, all of this is only from the first 3 episodes because I don't like to give spoilers away here, but it does need to be said that after the 3rd episode is when stuff really starts happening and it gets into the thick of the action, but it's also when it diverges the most from the original novel. So if you're going to come into this expecting it to be identical to the novel, you're going to be annoyed and upset, because it's not. It's completely different. The further you go, the more different it gets. So it's more accurate to say that this is an interpretation of the novel. And honestly, it is still an enjoyable watch if you can get past the cringe. There is cringe. I said it, okay? There is cringe. But I'm going to leave it here and let you go and watch it if you want. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Trying to get to 10,000 subs. That is going to be an amazing achievement for us. And again, leave me a comment if you enjoyed this format, because I can make more videos like this. They take a lot longer, but they're still enjoyable for me to do, to be honest. Anyway, as always, have a great day and enjoy the show.